Hello students, welcome back. This is the second part of your story, Weathering the Storm in Hiroshima. In the previous lecture, we have already seen how Prashant, a young boy of a village near Hiroshima, has been caught in a flood. Okay, he was in his friend's house and now he is trying to go to his own village. He has lost his mother already and now he doesn't want to lose any of the other family member. Okay, now he is moving through the water. Okay, there was water all over filled in his town, and the way the through the way that he was traveling, it was all filled. And during the travel that he was doing from his friend's village to his own village, there were corpses, carcasses, everything that was floating on the water. And while moving, he met with his fellow villager, and now they are proceeding together. Let's start with today's lecture. As they waded through the waters, the scene they witnessed grew more and more macabre. They had to push away many human bodies, men, women, children, and carcasses of dogs, goats, and cattle that the current swept against them as they moved ahead. In every village that they passed, they could barely see a house standing. Prashant now wept out loud and long. He was sure that his family could have survived the catastrophe. Now, let's see some of the meanings of the word. You can also underline them and write them. What is the meaning of waded? Waded means to swam. He swam across the water. Macabre means something which is very horrible. And catastrophe, in the last class, in class 8th also we have studied this word catastrophic. So, catastrophe is a disaster. Okay. So, when this Prashant and his fellow villagers were proceeding together, they got to see many horrible scenes on their way back to their village. They had to push dead bodies of human beings, animals, and all the things that were floating on the water. And when they did so, a current flew in their body. Obviously, when they are pushing away all these dead bodies and everything, they were also feeling very horrified. As they crossed the village, not even a single house was seen. Every house has fallen down. So, when Prashant saw this scene, he started weeping very loudly. He started crying very loudly. His fear grew regarding his family members, that may they have survived the disaster or may they have not. Okay. Eventually, Prashant reached his village Kalikuda. His heart went cold. Where their home once stood, there were only remnants of its roof. Some of their belongings were caught, mangled and twisted, the branches of trees just visible above the dark waters. Young Prashant decided to go to the Red Cross shelter to look for his family. Now, what are remnants? Remnants are the small remaining quantities. Like his house must be standing there, now house is not there, but the things that were there in the house may be floating on the water. So, when he reached to his village, which village? Kalikuda, he became numb to see that wherever that place was where his house stood once was no longer there. Now his belongings also scattered all over. There was flood, there was trees, branches, everything. And then what did he decided? He decided to go to the Red Cross Center to search for his family. Among the first people he saw in the crowd was his maternal grandmother. Weak with hunger, she rushed to him, her hands outstretched, her eyes brimming. It was a miracle. They had long given up for dead. Now, what is the meaning of eyes brimming? What do you mean by brim? Something which is filled up to the topmost level, that if a single drop of water or any liquid is poured, then it will come out. So, eyes brimming means eyes were full of tears. Whose eyes? His maternal grandmother's eyes. So, at the Red Cross Center when he went, he saw his maternal grandmother. So, she appeared very weak, but still she was very glad to see that Prashant was alive. So, the fear that was there in Prashant's mind regarding his family, the similar fear was in his family's mind regarding him, that maybe he survived or not. So when he saw that his maternal grandmother is alive, so she rushed to him with her arms open and eyes full of tears. And for Prashant, it was a miracle that his family have survived. He has not thought that his family would have survived this storm. Quickly, word spread and his extended family gathered around him and hugged him tight in relief. Prashant anxiously scanned the motley battered group. His brother and sister, his uncles and aunts, they all seemed to be there. Okay, what is the meaning of motley? Motley means desperate. Okay, who was very desperate to do something, or battered means injured. So when the other family members of Prashant saw that Prashant has come, so they also came there. He met his uncles, siblings, aunts, everybody, and they all gathered together and they hugged each other in relief that okay, everybody is doing fine, everybody is okay and together. By the next morning, as he took in the desperate situation in the shelter, he decided to get a grip over himself. He sensed a deadly grief settling upon the 2,500 strong crowd in the shelter. 86 lives were lost in the village. All the 96 houses had been washed away. It was their fourth day at the shelter. So far, they had survived on green coconuts, but there were too few to go around such a tumult of people. Now, what is happening? What is tumult? It is uproar of a disorderly crowd. Force means when many people comes together, okay, and there is lots of crowd coming, rushing here and there, that is tumult. What happened next was that Prashant realized that this situation is getting worse. Okay, now they had to get over this emotion and they had to take charge of the situation. Why? Because there were around 2,500 people in the shelter, and because of this flood and cyclone, many people have died. 86 people have been died and killed by this super cyclone. So the entire scenario of that shelter was full of sadness. Okay, and obviously they have lost their homes, they have lost their belongings, their loved ones, so everybody was feeling bad. And that was the fourth day at the shelter, and now their coconuts, whatever they were eating, that was also getting extinct. I mean, it was also getting finished. Okay, now there were large number of people, but the food that was there was insufficient for feeding all of them. Prashant, all of 18 years, decided to step in as leader of his village, if no one else did. He organized a group of youths and elders to jointly pressurize the merchant once again to part with his rice. This time, the delegation succeeded and returned triumphantly, wading through the receding waters with food for the entire shelter. No one cared that the rice was already rotting. Branches from fallen trees were gathered to light a reluctant and slow fire on which to cook the rice. For the first time in 4 days, the survivors of the cyclone shelter were able to fill their bellies. His next task was to organize a team of youth volunteers to clean the shelter of filth, urine, vomit and floating carcasses, and to tend to the wounds and fractures of the many who had been injured. Now, what is the meaning of triumphantly? Means victoriously, somebody who has won, and bellies means stomach. Now, what has happened next? Prashant, everybody knows, was a very young boy. He was just 19 years, but when he saw all these destructive things, he decided to be the leader and lead the crowd of the villagers. Now, what did he do to be a leader and to lead? He formed a group of villagers, including the elders and the youth. And what happened next? They all planned to force the local merchant to give them the stock of grains. Obviously, if you are a villager, fellow villager, then it is your responsibility in the crisis time to help your fellow villagers. So, this time they succeeded. The group succeeded and this merchant have provided them food. Now, when they got this rice, nobody cared that whether the rice was okay or rotten, because they had been starving since many days. What did they next do? They broke the branches of the trees and made a kindle of fire. Now, as they were wet, burning of the fire was very difficult task, but slowly they managed to cook the rice, and after 4 days of their survival, they were able to eat. Now, what was the second task of Prashant? It was to clean the shelter. Why? Because there were all garbage, cleaned excretory wastes and dead bodies, they were all floating there. Also there were injuries that were took place by the people due to this cyclone. So next his task was to clean. On the fifth day, a military helicopter flew over the shelter and dropped some food parcels. It then did not return. The youth task force gathered empty utensils from the shelter. Then they deputed the children to lie in the sand left by the waters round the shelter with these utensils on their stomachs to communicate the passing helicopters that they were hungry. The message got through, and after that the helicopter made regular rounds of the shelter, airdropping food and other basic needs. So this was after fourth day when he organized this group together and asked for food, rice from the merchant. On the fifth day, what did he do? He started calling to the military helicopter. Why? Everybody knew that this area is struck by the cyclone. So there were regular movement of the helicopters. So once this helicopter has dropped some parcels of food, next what did they do? They gathered together and they made the children lie on the sand with empty utensils facing upwards, so that it indicates that they are hungry. Now these helicopters, those were passing through that area, they got this message right, and after that they started throwing and started providing them with the food and other basic necessities that were needed by the crowd at the shelter. Prashant found that a large number of children had been orphaned. He brought them together and put up a polythene sheet shelter for them. Women were mobilized to look after them, while the man secured food and materials for the shelter. Now, what is the meaning of orphan? Somebody who has either lost his one parent or both the parents. So there were large number of children in that super cyclone, because of which they have been orphaned. So Prashant had put them together under a polythene sheet so that they are not facing any health issue. Then there were women, those who were deployed to look after the children, and for the men they were going out for arranging the food for everyone. As the weeks passed, Prashant was quick to recognize that the women and children were sinking deeper and deeper in their grief. He persuaded the women to start working for the Food for Work program started by an NGO, and for the children he organized sports events. He himself loved to play cricket, and so he organized cricket matches for children. Prashant engaged with their volunteers in helping the widows and children to pick up the broken pieces of their life. The initial government plan was to set up institutions for orphans and widows. However, this step was successfully resisted, as it was felt that in such institution children would grow up without love and women would suffer from stigma and loneliness. Now what is stigma? It means disgrace. Now Prashant was seeing that the children and the women in this shelter were growing very sad each day. Why? Because they have lost their loved ones. Now Prashant has requested the women to work in the NGO called Food for Work so that they can keep themselves busy, and for the children he organized cricket games. Now he took help of the volunteers to help the widows and orphans to return to their normal life, made up of childless widows and children with adult care. So he believed that if it is 6 months after the devastation of the super cyclone, this time Prashant's wounded spirit has healed simply because he had no time to bother about his own pain. His handsome youthful face is what the widows and orphan children of his village seek out the most in the darkest hour of grief. So when the government said that okay, we will set up an institute for this women who were widow and the orphan children, so Prashant and his volunteers believe that if they are kept together, then the children will get the love of the parents, and the parents will also not feel that they have lost their loved one. So it is a new way to foster, to make these orphan children feel loved, where they would get love and security. And it is now 6 months that this disaster had took place, and now Prashant is out and over with the grief. So the government has proposed that to set up a separate institutions for the widows and orphans, but this proposal was rejected by Prashant. What did Prashant felt? He felt that these separate institutions would neither help the orphan or neither they will help the widows. So these volunteers wanted what? To settle the orphan children and widows in foster families where they could get love and security. So next what happened? Prashant's group believed that orphans should be resettled in their own community itself, possibly in new foster families. Prashant has also forgotten that whatever pain he was suffering through, because he had no time for that. He was working for the widows, for the orphans, and he was now learning to come out of his gloom with a smile. And the villagers also, they seek out the most in the darkest hour of their grief, in their saddest time, for Prashant. So there is no age of volunteering. If you feel that you can help others, you can start helping them at any age. Now I hope you have understood the chapter. Kindly read the chapter once again and do the question and answers.